Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We'll start our front page review with The Nation. Major headline. 2 policemen killed during clash with Islamic group in FCT. Court freezes 32 accounts of individuals, firms linked to August protest. Okonjo-Iweala canvasses economic policy consistency. $115 million on a port terminal ready for inauguration. SEC to deploy technology in eradicating unclaimed dividends. And Dangote Otedola Elumelu back federal government's move to eliminate malaria. So what are we starting with?
I will start with the court. So the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered a freezing of 32 bank accounts belonging to individuals and firms linked to the economic crisis protests, which took place in the first week of the month. So the protest took place in spite of warnings by security agencies that, it stood the risk of being hijacked by hoodlums and criminal elements. But they went ahead and carried out the protest. So they said during the protest there were lootings, destruction of public and private properties, accompanied by, a lot of actions which resulted to more than 100 people being arrested at the end of the day. And they said some persons were confirmed dead, including the police as well. So Justice Emeka Nwite now issued an order that the accounts of the people arrested will remain frozen pending the conclusion of police investigation and prosecution of the case. They also ordered the banks to contact the Nigerian police force through the telephone numbers that they had provided. It's there. And as soon as any arrest was made, and they went ahead to list some of the respondents. I don't think I have time to do that. So they said the affected accounts are domiciled in major national banks, microfinance banks, and fintech banks as well. And they said that they had to investigate to find out that some of the monies were being sent to fuel the protest that was going on. They said they suspected that some of them were also warehousing proceeds of unlawful activities or fraud in those accounts, and that's why it's been frozen. So with more investigations, we'll find out exactly what was the monies directed to fueling the protest.
So, talking about the fuel scarcity, I have this here, poor distribution system causing fuel scarcity, says Pengasser. Now, they've come out to say that because of the queues now in the fuel station, they said the lingering fuel queues across the country is as a result of the distribution network. Now, the association said that this distribution, it said this during its 3rd Energy and Labour Summit in Abuja. Now, the president, Festus Osifo, explained how the country's truck-based distribution system has become obsolete and unable to meet the demands of the increasing population of Nigerians. Now, according to him, there is need for the government to develop and strengthen the country's petroleum value chain to ensure a more efficient and reliable distribution system, without which the country would continue to face recurring scarcity. Now, we know that the bad roads can actually affect the distribution. I remember then, NNPC used to actually distribute fuel through pipelines.
Yeah.
But, now, I always look at Nigeria as they do themselves. So with this vandalism, you saw what happened. Now, you cannot do that. And now with the bad roads, I just feel that it has come to a point in Nigeria where we should have more depots for distribution. But we'll just wait and see how far this fuel scarcity can go.
Nima, you have the major headline.
Yeah, the major headline. So over the weekend, 2 police officers were killed, 3 left unconscious, and 3 patrol vehicles set ablaze in Abuja. This is according to the FCT Police Public Relations Officer, SP Josephine Ade. The police officers were allegedly attacked by the Islamic movement of Nigeria. That's the Shiite, and these are a proscribed group. Because remember, under the President Buhari, Muhammad Buhari's administration, a court proscribed them as a terror group, and so they were banned. But this group had their possession, insisted on having it in Abuja, and this unwarranted attack, as far as the nation's reports, because what I'm reading online is different from the nation, is an unwarranted attack. They went into town, and when they carry out their possession, it's usually aggressive. They take over the streets, they cause traffic. Police officers tried to disperse them. They outnumbered the police officers, and this was at the Wuse Junction by the traffic light. They attacked
That's in
and
the city
killed.
center.
Yeah, they came. Imagine a procession with machete, wood, explosives, and improvised device. Imagine such. Was that one even a procession? Well, and locally made bombs and knives. But they outnumbered these police officers, sadly, and they killed 2 of them. 3 are left unconscious, and I hope that they heal and heal well. And they, of course, destroyed a lot of things, including 3 vehicles of the police. And several arrests have been made, according to the Commissioner of Police of the FCT. But, we don't know yet what will come out of it.
heart goes out
He's,
to
of
the
course,
family
condemning the attack. And I'm joining him to condemn the attack. A procession the style of the Shiites has to be regulated.
Yes,
it has to be controlled.
I agree.
It has
But
to
it's in the control that led to the loss of lives right now.
It shouldn't have been there prescribed good. They shouldn't have a procession.
The first
And when El-Rufai was doing it in Kaduna because of what he has suffered, people were calling him out.
Moving on to Daily Sun major headline, Catholic Bishop warns of more youth protests, says country sitting on ticking time bomb. EndBadGovernance. Court freezes 32 individuals, firms and bank accounts. We foil your plots to destroy our aviation sector. AON hits Fairfax Africa funds. Kalu dissociates himself from Abia APC spokesman's outburst. Atiku slams Tinubu over subsidy scam. Rights abuse. Manufacturers abandon grid electricity as federal government cries out 5,155 megawatts unutilized power. Acts on calls for new constitution. Anyaku tells the president. Enugu uncovers 2,640 ghost workers, deceased pensioners on payroll. 2 cops killed. Vehicles burnt as police Shiites clash in Abuja. Nima just took that story. And finally, malaria. Federal government picks Dangote Otedola Lumelu in efforts to end the scourge. What are we taking? Manufacturers?
I can take the major headline.
Okay.
So the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, yesterday described as worrisome the state of the nation under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that Nigeria is sitting on a ticking time bomb. So he said he was warning that as long as the issues of poverty, hardship, corruption continue to plague, the youths, Nigeria should be ready to contend with more protests. They also expressed great concern about the nation's growing debt burden, saying that servicing huge debts to international monetary agencies and sourcing funds, internally to balance the budget deficit led to the economic reforms of the president, which consisted mainly of withdrawal of fuel subsidies and floating of the naira. So the CBCN president, Most Reverend Lucius Iwejuru Ugoji, who also doubles as the Archbishop of Owerri Archdiocese, was the one who went ahead to paint the grim affairs of the state of the country. And he said this at the opening session of the 2024 Secondary Plenary Assembly of the CBCN at Auchi, Sako West local government area of Edo State. And he went ahead to say that the nation's economy continues to decline and continues to produce millions of lives. Multidimensional poverty, untold hardship. The Nigerian youths had to embark on a nationwide protest as a result of this. And now they hear that they are clamping down on, arresting people who had gotten their accounts involved in this protest. That it's not like they are supporting the protests. It's just that if they do not solve the issues that caused the protest in the first place, we'll likely have more protests in our hands. So it's not just by arresting the sponsors of the protest, it's also by working hard to ensure that everything balances out. The poor are able to feed, and the youth will not have any reason to go out on the streets again. Yes.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break now. When we return, we'll continue with front page review. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.